All right. Welcome to Ask the Website Chicks, episode number 5. I believe it's number 5.
I think it might be 6.
Maybe it's 6. Well, here we go. Here's where we go through the Squarespace forum. I'll screen share here shortly, but if you want us to provide feedback to your website, Squarespace, or if it's not on Squarespace, that's totally fine. Drop a comment. But here, let me share my screen. Yeah, so here we're just basically taking websites from the Squarespace forum here, feedback on your site. If you go on there, you can drop your link, start a discussion, and you can see we're just browsing through. By the way, Lily, part of the Website Chicks with Tori.
Yeah, it's me.
Okay, so let's dive in. The first one that we've got here, it is Divinity Doula. Let's check it out.
Okay, well, first thing, don't close that yet. Please, God, give it a different headline than join our mailing list. That's like the default, and it never works. I've done so many Squarespace websites where I've redone them and people add me to it, and I'm like, hey, has anybody signed up for this pop-up? And they're like, no. Or 3 people over like 3 years. Dude, waste of real estate. Give it a better headline, put some time and energy into this one, or get rid of it and send it to your call to action. There's nothing wrong with a pop-up that tells them to schedule. So it's my soapbox on pop-ups that just say join.
Yeah, like first, what's in it for them? All right, so here we have, I'm assuming you don't have a logo since it's just text, which is totally fine. I love the photo.
Me too. I like the vibe.
Yeah, I love the vibe and the font. Supports that grow with family of newborn to early. Okay. It feels like I have 2 different headlines here competing, so I would choose one. I definitely think postpartum doula in itself is a thing people search for, Insta and your location. So I would focus on that and on where you're located, even just, but yeah, that.
I would combine those. I would ask ChatGPT to help you combine those and keep the green bill and the postpartum bit, because I feel like most people don't automatically think of postpartum for doulas. So I would make sure that's in that main headline.
Yep. I see here too that you have these 3 kind of, I don't want to say offers, but services. I would just move that into a different section and focus on one call to action button, right? So instead of learn more, like, do you want people to book with you? Do you want people to see your package options? I would choose just a call to action that's not learn more, and it's a button. So just, you're almost there. You've got the photo, you've got a good vibe, just combining the headline, supporting subheadline and a call to action, and just moving this further down. Why families choose us. I think that's a great section 2.
It seems like something that might be helped with icons.
Yeah, I would consider like visually see how you did that here with these like H4s or H3s maybe. I would make that these as well, so it's easier to scan through your website, and possibly using icons as well. I love that you have testimonials. I like to visually see like 5 stars too. I know that sometimes like just something small like that can just stand out. And I would include just like just smaller parts of the testimonial. Sometimes if it's a lot like long test, people don't usually read all of it. They're kind of just scanning through your website. So even if just some like 1 or 2, a couple of words that are in larger font, so people are seeing it, and then you can include the rest. That's what I've seen work really well. What do you think, Tori?
I mean, yeah, I think that helps. I think they're a little cramped too, like they're too close together, which makes people a lot less likely to read them as well. Like anytime it looks overwhelming, people are more likely to just scan and just keep scrolling instead.
Right. Okay.
I feel like the text that's moving is way too long. I would use a scrolling thing like that. You can use them and they can work, but I think it needs to be a shorter message. Right now, it makes you feel like you're just like need to sit here and watch it to read. Um, yeah, and I think that's confusing. I like the ready to feel supported and then book a consultation.
Mhm.
Right.
Yes. Let's
Yeah.
put this button up ahead in your hero section. Like I said, you're so close. You almost have it. It looks really, yeah, it looks good.
Yeah.
And then let's here. Okay, I would clean up this a bit. Maybe just do 4 different columns instead of all just one lump sum text here.
Yeah,
And
there's something funky going on there too with the contact. Yeah. Like those have to be 2 different text boxes to do that, I think.
yeah, so this might be more of a technical side, but like in terms of showing up this way. But I love how you have your navigation. You have a statement here that kind of reiterates what you do, service area, which is important, contact information, and legal.
Yeah. Although I would say the legal does not need to be a headline. You can get rid of that. So,
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
Nice.
I like the vibe. You definitely nailed like with the colors. It feels like the right vibe.
Yeah. Let me see if oh, you have a scheduling. Yeah, go straight to this for sure. This is awesome. All right. Hope that helps. Okay, next website. We've got an event coverage website. This is Invited NYC. Let's check it out. Oops, sorry, let me reload. All right, first impression, Tori. Putting you on the spot.
I mean, I think there's too many things moving, like the upcoming events and then the like video below. I would maybe make the top a little bit wider or something. I don't like having 2 moving elements like that in the same section. I like that it goes into events, but it doesn't make it really clear, like, is this just events? Like why should they come to this website for events? I think that it could use a headline still, like we always say. So
absolutely. Like, is this, I don't know, is there a niche? Like, is it events that you can walk, events in near Central Park, events that are for kids, to get events for families, events for, like I think having kind of like the audience that these events are for will help. And the next section here. Okay, so there we go. That tells me a little bit more. Top gala events and NYC 2026. All right, so this tells me more.
that's only one of them, right?
What was that?
Like that's just one kind.
That's
not what the website is about, and I think that's where it's a little bit confusing, like why they should trust yours. So
yeah, and having it each letter italicized, like the first letters, kind of throw me off a little bit. I feel like I usually don't pay attention to. I mean, sometimes it's like, oh, why are you capitalizing? Anyways, just a small attention to detail for that part.
Capitalized, yeah. Like, why is it all capitalized? Yeah.
Like, I think just as I'm reading it, it's like, okay, I'm seeing a pattern.
Well, it's harder to read than sentence case. Like,
absolutely. Yeah. Okay. All right. So I would simplify this in one or 2 top short sentences of just if this is your sub headline. See list. Okay. So I like how you have it organized by month here. I feel like that's easier to scan than these here right off the bat. But I would swap these 2 with your headline, subheadline, call to action, and then the events below. And coverage, it sounds like these are past events. Okay. So I want to know what, who are, like, what do you do? Do you just, or do people come here to like see past events in a gallery of photos? What is the main reason? If it's just a community. Okay, so and then you have different, here we go.
Yeah, I'm very confused by what this website is for specifically. Like, if those are all past events, is it just talking about those like blog posts about it? Is it supposed to be somewhere where they go to see upcoming? Like I think that
Mhm. This one is giving me more of like if you like a blog, by the I would just
I
yeah,
think
I would.
it's supposed to be. I mean, that's okay, but I think it's more you want to make that clear.
Mhm. Let's see. So your main call, it seems here, the call to action is submit an event. So you have this, and then be a contributor. You're looking for, okay, essays, it feels like it is.
Yeah. Understand.
Our bloggers themselves. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I think an ideal website wouldn't leave people puzzled unless there's something about it for your specific target audience that they would immediately understand it in a way that we don't, which maybe because it looked like we weren't part of the target audience. I've at least aged out of that. So Lily's technically in that, but not in the right area. But I do think that you want people to have like an initial understanding of what's going on, and I think that's missing on this one. And I would share it with strangers, not people who already kind of know what you're up to, and see if they run into the same problem.
Absolutely.
The rest of the design's fine.
Yeah. I like it that
Yeah.
you kept it simple. I love the bold fonts and just black and white. You have it by different categories here.
I love that. I always recommend to do that.
Yeah, and then social media on the bottom. So I think this part looks great. I think just like Tori mentioned, highlighting like what is your main who your audience, who is this targeting, and why should I care? Why is this website, do you have exclusive access? Is it community led? Is it just more information on that would certainly help. And then here below, I would say even just being a contributor or submitting an event can be sections here of like how to get involved. Just a headline that says like, here's, towards the end of it, because it sounds like here you have be a contributor. Is that the same as submit an event? And it sounds like it's not, because if I go here, it sounds like you're looking for internship, like this is an internship, and then this is for people to submit an event. So I would just kind of categorize all the ways that people can get involved into like a headline with like 3 different buckets. That usually makes it easier for people to scan and kind of find what they're looking for if they do want to connect with you and get involved.
Yep.
All right. Up next we have, let's see, this is Brandon, Nomad Navigation. All right.
Well, first impression is that is a lot of text. I would definitely pull something out other than welcome to use as a headline. I know I say this a lot, but it is one of the things that a lot of the times people skip, which is from just here without having to read that entire paragraph. We should be able to see like, why should it be here? Who should be caring? What's the point of it? Because it looks like it. Yeah. I mean, is it trip vacation planning? I shouldn't have that question.
Yeah. Just say honestly, like, yeah, if you're explaining it to a 5th grader, right? Like a travel plan for what kind of people, for what in what area. I would agree with Tori. I would say also above like the fold about why you, how many trips have you people booked? Do you have any any reviews, not even Google, or just like quotes that people have said? What makes you the expert or the person, the right person to be to book through or to work with?
Yeah, this makes it a little more clear. I would increase the margins on those boxes so they don't look so cramped.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing that we run into people doing a lot online. Like they want to make everything like small. They want it to be like compact. But that gives like classified ads vibes. And we want it to feel like we have unlimited space. Feel free to use it. What you actually want is for people to feel guided and have everything feel clear instead of just trying to make it compact. Sometimes longer websites that are give the design more space to breathe actually feel shorter than websites that are really like cramped but give that feeling of a lot of text.
And it sounds like here you've gone ahead and repeated this section. I would just get rid of one of them. It sounds like what makes this different than this. It sounds like you've kind of already shared that information. So I would include there's some social proof on your website. So like I mentioned, testimonials, or even a gallery of photos or something that just shows that you've done this before and why people should trust you, that you're the person to guide them through or to offer that service. It sounds here. And let me ask you, do you send a newsletter? Because I feel like a lot of different websites also have these, including ourselves. I'm like, I will send that newsletter. And I'm like, I have in the past. Am I consistent? Not really. And that's like, okay, if you're not actively sending this newsletter, and I don't know if you are, but
we're having welcome sequence.
Yes.
But either way, if you're not using them, don't collect them.
Yeah. Okay. And then here, it looks like it's just a gallery right below. So I would say it sounds like then here, headline, subheadline, button, and picture, not as a background photo, but actually a picture, especially on mobile, when people won't be able to see this whole, won't know that there's people here traveling. If they're on mobile, it's hard to put all that if it's a background image. And then if we go through this, right, what is the first step people do when do they, let's actually click through guided experiences. Okay, so you've got this, but what is it? Okay, so you're giving me a lot of information, which is great, but then I want my spot. Okay, so then I think through your thinking about your user journey, that's a lot of clicks to get through to for people to actually book your spot. And do they automatically book a spot just through browsing through your website? Or do they need to talk to you first? Or do they need to read an FAQ? What is
I've worked with travel planners in the past too, and at a certain level of success too, we've had to change their consultations to not be free because people would literally just read time takers, and it was more of a deposit. And it doesn't even have to be a big deposit, but it's like if you're not willing to pay $25 to talk to me, I don't want to talk to you, because then you get rid of the people who aren't actually looking to spend money on their travels.
Very good point. I would also say that make sure that in all your pages that your navigation or your menu isn't lost, because here I can't see it. So if I'm going through your website and browsing, I cannot read that text right there. So I would say in terms of getting people right, so it shows here. Okay, here I see some pricing. All right, Tori, do you think pricing should be on the homepage?
I mean, if it's surprisingly cheap for what it is, then yes, for sure.
And it sounds like you do. So services, there's services and then there's trips. So those are two different things, right? One, maybe you set up the itinerary for me, and two, I can sign up for a full excursion trip. So I would make that very clear on your homepage. Here's work with me. Here's different ways that I can provide this service.
Yeah.
Sweet. All right. Anything else, Tori?
So if you go to the domestic trips, services and then domestic, if you actually click on the the first one, the first button there, the getaway, it takes you to a form. And I feel like that is definitely confusing because it doesn't make it clear, like, why is there different pricing? Because it says it's starting at $29, but like what are they paying for and what do they get? I feel like you don't want people asking that question. Anytime people are confused, they spend less money. They're more likely to just go somewhere else. So I would make it a lot more clear, like what are you selling and what do they get when they buy that thing? Instead of asking for this much information before they even know the answer to that. So yeah. Well, like usual, it's a lot of headlines. Like,
Yeah.
please, write headlines. ChatGPT and Claude and everybody will do it for you. You just say, here's my thing. Like, please give me a hero section headline and subheading and call to action text, and it will do it for you. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you don't know where to start, you can just plug in your site and say, ask me questions to help me write a headline for my website that focuses on converting clients that I want to work with,
Yep.
even help me write an effective website headline and ask me questions if it's not clear. I think that'll get you far too. Sweet.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, it is episode 6. You are correct. So next week, for episode 7. Awesome. Bye, Tori.